Let's go. Balloons are up, baby. Balloons to start. That's only me. Only I can call the
That's
balloons,
such
not you.
bullshit, man. You gonna ever tell me the secret?
You think I know the secret? I don't know the secret. I would tell you if I knew. I'm just the guy. They just read that I should be the one in control of all the balloons. Stuff.
All right, Spinny. I don't even want to bullshit with you anymore. We got Connor here. I know we got a lot of good NBA takes to get through, so let's get after it. Episode 93. We promised y'all a second episode this week, and we delivered. Spinny, 93. Who do you got? Oh, classic Spinny. What's new? Always plays the music again.
It's tough. Gosh. Tough behavior.
You better have John Randall, man.
John Randall. Not my favorite Vikings lineman on this list, though. My favorite Vikings lineman on this list is Kevin Williams.
I think I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't blame you there.
We just watched them dominate, you know?
Right. Williams brothers, those guys are awesome. Episode 93, Kevin Williams and John Randall episode. We'll start with some headlines. First one, Jake Paul is boxing Mike Tyson. Yes, you heard that correctly. July 20th, live on Netflix. Also interesting aspect of this match. What do you guys think of this news? Money, exactly.
Money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Insane amount of money. Jake Paul's going to destroy Mike Tyson. I honestly think that.
I don't care. I don't care how old Mike Tyson is. I would not box that man. I don't care. You listen to some of the things. I just saw a video before this got announced of him talking about how depressed he is that he's no longer a killer because he used to just be, and he's like talking about himself in like the third person. And I'm just like, that dude is insane. And now he's gonna, box what's his name, TikTok guy. I don't know. I wouldn't get in the ring.
I don't care. He's got that one punch in there.
What'd you say?
You know that one punch? I said, he's got that one punch in there somewhere.
Oh my God.
Like, he might be slow and all that, but like, he can get you one time.
I would love to see him knock him out. That would be awesome.
It would be awesome.
That'd be Tiger Woods in the Masters level awesome.
That would be pretty awesome. Mike Tyson, he must, like you said, Connor, Mike must be broke, needing a little money. If he's taking this fight, let's be real.
They're gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah, they both will. They'll both make a ton of money.
Mike Tyson's 57 years old, people. 57 years old.
Doesn't matter.
This is abuse of the elderly here. Like, what are we talking about? All right, some NFL stuff here. Russell Wilson to meet with, he might have already met with them today, actually, the Steelers, as well as an exploratory meeting with the Giants. Obviously, both those teams struggling at the QB position, could use a guy like Russell Wilson. As long as he's staying away from the Vikings, I don't care where the hell he goes. That's all I got to say about that.
If someone can make it work, it's the Steelers. If he can work somewhere, the culture, the coach, the everything, I feel like he might just shut up and do what they say. And if he can do that,
get him in line,
yeah, like if he can be in line and guys don't hate him, I think Russ can be an okay quarterback still. But like Pittsburgh's the only. If he goes to New York, it's just who's better. It's just him and Daniel Jones crap contest the whole season.
Literally, all season. Kirk Cousins. Report came out this week saying that he is likely to go to the Falcons. I think Vegas odds have it at like minus 180 or something. Now that could obviously be different. What do you guys think about that? Obviously, fantasy-wise, I'm buying all the stock of Kyle Pitts and Drake London if he goes there. But as a Vikings fan, this really pains me.
I don't think this makes sense. I don't think it's going to happen. I think that's a publicity agent move to try and motivate the Vikings. if you're Kirk and all you care about is winning, why would you go to Atlanta? I don't think that makes sense.
I like that point. Spinny? What's that smirk for?
The smirk is because, well, yeah, but I don't know how much we're gonna pay him. It's just interesting. I don't know how much it. I just don't know where the organization's at because he wants
Right.
3 years, 120 with 85 guaranteed. So like, do you go to Kirk like 2 years, 90 guaranteed, and just be like, more guaranteed money. Here you go. Take this deal.
Right.
I don't know.
And today I saw, just actually right before we started recording, I saw this rumor report that Kirk might want a 2-year, $100 million fully guaranteed. Like some NFL executives think that's what he's going to sign for.
I'd do that for 90.
50 mil.
Pay him like Patrick Mahomes, right?
But like, we don't want Kirk that long. Because Kirk's not going to be good after like what? 3 years from now?
2-3 years max. Yeah.
He could not be good now. He could barely stand
Come
up.
on.
Maybe. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess.
Teddy Bridgewater's knee went to Jello in practice. I don't know. And he was like 5 years younger than Kirk.
But I feel, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see post Achilles what Kirk looks like.
I say pay him.
I say pay him too.
Yeah.
Well, you're with
like,
us.
What are we?
That's all we've been saying on this podcast.
I think a consistent QB is something that the Vikings haven't had for, decades before Kirk came around. And like, I feel like we really quickly got numb to that and forgot what it was like to have just awful QBs that lost games for us constantly. And like, maybe he'll never be an MVP. He probably will never be an MVP, but I think he is plenty to win a championship if the roster is right.
Also, then draft a guy and sit him. Draft Michael Penix in the 3rd round and call it a day and see what happens for 2 years, you know? Right. I mean, the Packers have proven it's worked, apparently. And freaking the Chiefs did it with Mahomes, and it works. Sometimes it works to just do it like that. So, like, can we give it a shot one time, maybe?
Right.
Like, not a joke 6. I'm not talking about a joke 6-rounder either.
No, Jaron Hall?
I'm not talking about Jaron Hall. I'm talking about a legitimate prospect. Golly.
I'm with you. All right, this last NFL rumor. Mel Kiper today said he thinks J.J. McCarthy could overtake Drake May in the draft. Spinny and I literally on episode 92 were saying we didn't even want J.J. McCarthy at pick 11. And now he's apparently potentially a top 3, top 4 pick. I don't know. I don't know what Mel Kiper sees in this, man.
Yeah, personally, I'm not a huge college football guy specifically. Obviously, I'm aware of JJ, and my limited impression of him is that he's not much for throwing and played on basically the best team in the country, kind of far and away. And I like a guy who wins, but also it's a completely different game, college to pros. We've seen that like a billion times. So I think maybe we should get somebody that can throw the football would be a good place to start.
The odds are just not in our favor with him. And him going up to 3 is crazy, but I just feel like a team, your odds are just not in your favor. He might be good because he has gotten better every year at Michigan, and he has improved as a thrower multiple times over multiple years. So you got to give him credit for that. And we have seen in the NFL that that's the secret recipe, essentially, to being really good for a while, is just getting better at something every year. So like if he can do that, there is a possibility with him being good. But I feel like it's the 35, 40%. I feel like the 65, 70%, and that's not actual because the actual percentages are really, really bad and everybody's 10%. But I just feel like McCarthy is substantially lower percentage of an upside than May or Daniels.
Yeah, I'm with you there. All right, fellas.
And obviously, Caleb.
Right, obviously. All right, fellas. Now we're going to jump to our NBA late season mailbag. Always fun to do this.
I love this episode, boys. Yeah, golly.
Exactly. We have to start with the biggest headline, actually, but we had to save it for this segment. That is the Karl Anthony Towns injury. He tore his meniscus. Austin Vikander was wondering our thoughts about how this impacts the Wolves for the rest of the regular season, the playoffs, and who also steps up in his absence. So I'll just start out right away. This is obviously a brutal injury. I would be shocked if we finish as the top 2 seed, given how close the top 4 seeds are. I mean, there's a very realistic chance the Wolves slide all the way to 4. As long as we hold on to a home court advantage in the first round, I guess I don't really care that much, if I'm being honest. When it comes to playoffs, though, his injury has him back right around the first round, maybe at the end of the first round. So they'd have to win a series without him. In this stacked West, fellas, I don't know about that.
Spinny, you go, because I might be the Wolves hater right now, and I don't want to completely dampen the mood here.
Here's the thing. I mostly agree with Bus, but there is an X factor here.
Anthony Edwards?
And that is Anthony Edwards playing like Anthony Edwards played last night.
Yes.
Because,
wow.
Oh, can we just talk about for what? Like, this is Dwayne Wade 2006 stuff. This is like Jordan in 86 stuff. This is wild stuff. This man hit his head on the rim on a block. Hit it on the rim on a block. Unbelievable. After the last minute of the three, then the step back midi, and then that, and then the free throws, and then that. Unbelievable performance. Now, after I just hyped my guy for a while, I think it can be done. I think Naz Reid can step up. I think Rudy can step up. We have the Nuggets 3 times in the last 20. That's not awesome. You know, we're not really loving that without
You're
Cat.
previewing my thoughts. I actually thought that the Wolves would fall to 4 with Cat healthy. Of the top 4 teams in the West, including the Wolves, they have the toughest schedule to finish it, and they play like Spinny just said. The teams that they're trying to stay ahead of.
Right.
I actually, this is a hot take. I don't know if the team is all that worse with Cat hurt. I mean, probably at some level they are. I think guys like Naz Reid, maybe even Luka Garza, Slow-Mo potentially get some more minutes. And there have been spurts where Cat's been out for injury or otherwise, and they've looked even better in some ways. Now, generally you lose a star and that stuff doesn't sustain itself, but I don't know. It's a coin toss.
Yeah, that's right. Having Naz Reid obviously helps big time.
Right.
Interesting, though, last night, Kyle Anderson slid into the starting lineup.
Yep.
And they kept Naz off the bench. So I think that's probably what we should expect the rest of the season. I don't anticipate it happening, but I wish Josh Minot or Leonard Miller could see the floor for at least a little bit, 10 minutes a night. Like, I don't see why not, but just knowing how Finch handles his rotations and how he has since he's gotten here, I would be shocked if those young guys got in. So that's kind of what I hope for who's next up. I can't stand Kyle Anderson, so the more he plays, the more that's going to drive me insane.
He doesn't make any sense to me. I really don't know why he has ever been in the NBA or still is. But
come on. This guy.
You look at the guys that never make it in the NBA, the guys with unbelievable athleticism, all this stuff, and like just never make it. And then that guy's just humble. And that sounds super hatery, but I don't actually.
We see it all the time, though. NBA history guys like that. Yeah. Boris Diaw scored 16 a game for a season in the NBA.
Shot takes 13 seconds to get off. The whole shot clock. It takes half the shot clock to get him the ball, and then half the shot clock for him to shoot a buzzer beater every possession. He sits. I can't believe it. In today's NBA, with a 2.8 second or whatever that is, less than 0.3 of a second to get a jump shot off. It's unbelievable that a 5-second jump shot still is in the league. I don't get it.
It is pretty crazy. All right, next question is actually my own questions. Connor is a huge Warriors fan. We have to ask him about the Warriors, Spinny.
Yeah.
So I just kind of want to know your thoughts on the whole season. No deadline moves, trade deadline. Yep. Spinny and I thought that was very interesting.
Disappointing.
Draymond situation in the beginning of the year, all that drama, Clay being benched, all these storylines that have followed Warriors all season. Give me all your thoughts.
So, what would have been 2 weeks into the season? They looked like the best Warriors team I've seen. Chris Paul coming off the bench. I think they were the 1 seed for a minute there. I mean, we're talking like 8 games or 6 games or something. And then it all just unraveled, and they looked horrible. Clay, it doesn't surprise me. I'm honestly not surprised that Steve Kerr had him come off the bench. I'm not surprised that it made him play better or has been making him play better. I do think that them fully healthy still have a chance to make a playoff run. This is not like 2022 where I said, Spinny, if you remember, they are the best team entering the playoffs. We all know what happened there. We don't have to
say that.
We don't have to dig into that. I'm not at that point right now, but Clay clearly took a huge step back, probably really on the tail end of his career at this point. Andrew Wiggins has looked horrible, gotten better recently, but horrible. Jonathan Kuminga is probably the single bright spot, I think, of the season, other than Steph continuing to be who he's been for, a decade. So I don't know. We'll see if we can get healthy. In terms of competing, I think that the Warriors would put up a fight against the Wolves right now in the first round. I don't know if they beat the Wolves though, but I do think they put up a fight.
What? Can you talk about Kuminga? I just couldn't with that. Literally am. What's up with Kuminga and the Kuminga and Kerr situation? Because Kuminga, I feel like that was the worst way to go about that ever, but then it actually worked and he's been amazing.
So that whole thing, those little tidbits, or another example of something like this where Anthony Edwards misses the tip off of the game last week and has to come off the bench. Stuff like that where they're like, oh, he was stretching. That's all BS. That is something else is going on and they don't want to tell people about it. Same thing, I think, with Kuminga. I think that was probably somebody in his camp said, oh, this is what we should put out there. They're trying to pressure whatever. I don't doubt that he was frustrated with his play time, but he clearly took whatever conversations were had with Kerr to heart, and Kerr clearly knew what he was talking about. I mean, the guy's value is obviously his athleticism, his ability to slash, his ability to use just his strength and bounce, frankly, to create opportunities. I mean, he's kind of, to me, the athletic side of LeBron James. He doesn't have the shooting or the passing, that kind of stuff, the basketball IQ, but from a body standpoint, those guys from a physicality, angle, very similar. A lot of cuts in fast break, a lot of, the backdoor stuff, just kind of bullying in the lane. So the drama that had to happen for that, this season's been just laced with drama. So I don't know why. That's just what sells in California, I guess.
It's every year. There's always just drama surrounding the Warriors. It's very interesting.
I've been punch Kerr. I mean, there's lots of history of punching, and Kerr's been punched in the face before, so I don't know.
Well, our next question here kind of ties into what you said, Connor, about how you think the Warriors can give the Wolves a fight. Spencer Landsteiner asked, which projected play-in teams don't take the Wolves or the Thunder to 6 to 7 games? He is implying that he thinks basically all of them will take the Thunder or the Wolves to 6 or 7 games. Looking at the standings you're playing teams right now, Kings, Mavs, Warriors, Lakers in that order. I can't say he's wrong. I mean, those are all solid teams, right?
And without something crazy happening, those 10 teams are in. Because the next team after the Lakers is 5.5 back, and it's Utah, and they're not good. So it's pretty much a lock that those are the 10 teams.
I think all of those teams potentially beat the Wolves in 7 games.
The Pelicans are the only team in the West playoffs that wouldn't take the Wolves to 6, I feel, or 6 or 7.
I agree with that.
That'd be it, literally.
I think they could beat. I don't even know if they could beat Phoenix. New Orleans, they lose to Sacramento. I think they lose to LA. LeBron in the playoffs, even when he's 85, and that roster. I think that's too much for the Wolves in a series. Dallas, maybe they could probably beat Dallas. Maybe, depending on which Luka shows up.
That's what I'm saying.
The only way they beat Dallas is if Ant is better than Luka. And
that's not going to happen.
I'm just not convinced to see.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Yeah, I don't know. I think Sorry, Wolves fans. I don't know.
Okay, what about the Thunder? Because he threw the Thunder in this too. You think Thunder have a better chance against these teams, or is it pretty much the same? Because I feel like it's pretty much the same.
I think it's the
So
same.
inexperienced in the playoffs, the Thunder.
I think it's the same.
That's going to hurt.
Thunder have slightly bigger upside because I feel like Giddy and Chet have more upside than Rudy and Nas. Like
So
who's our three there? You know what I
here's
mean?
my
I feel
here's
like
my wild card.
the Thunder's 2 threes are better.
The Wolves are far and away the best defensive team in the NBA right now. And it's like not close. Like in the West, in all of the playoff teams in the West, they're like way better. So, you could look at that with the inexperience, because that's kind of what I think about right away too, is none of them have been there. Even Mike Conley, is he the most experienced, most veteran player, the Wolves that's relevant? He must be, and he's never won anything. I don't know though. Does the youngness, the lack of experience, does the defense show up, or is that what keeps them grounded and keeps them relevant? Against these teams, defense might be the only thing that keeps the Wolves at an edge with those teams. I don't know.
Wolves 3.5 points per game better on defense than second place in the NBA.
That's what I'm saying.
Which is
and look in the
wild.
West. Look in the West. I mean, the closest to them in the West is 6 points, and that's the Clippers.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess Denver's at 110. I mean, all those playing teams are almost 12 points worse per game on the defensive end.
The playing teams are all.
That's a lot. Yeah. That's a big difference. So maybe I just.
And that's that might make one of my cases later on today.
Oh boy.
Oh gosh. Hey, like Connor's headline says, whatever Spinny's saying is cap. Just everyone.
Got it.
All right, next question from Connor Forbrook, regular on the pod. He has a couple short questions here. First one, who gets the 1 seed in the West? And also, doesn't even matter. So I will say, I think the Nuggets are going to end up getting it. Too experienced down the stretch. They're locked in, ready to go. You saw that against their game against the Celtics, how locked in they are. Does it really matter? I don't really think it does, because the Celtics have the 1 seed basically locked up through the NBA Finals, assuming they were to go that far. So I don't think it really matters in the West.
Yeah, I agree. Denver. I think the top 4 goes Denver, OKC, LA, Minnesota. They're so tight. Strength of schedule remaining. I think Denver's got the edge. They've got all the experience, and they probably have the best duo in the league. I think Denver definitely takes the 1 seed. I don't think it matters for Denver getting through the West. And like you said, I think Celtics probably lock up the home court in the finals. So I think I agree with you all the way.
Can anyone beat Denver in the West?
They're my pick right now. I wouldn't bet against them.
No, I would say team by far.
The only team, and I cannot believe I'm honestly going to say this team on the pod, a team that has never.
Say the Clippers.
I am going to say the Clippers. The only team that I feel like has a shot, and if Kawhi Leonard is doing that, I don't know. We're looking like back to
or what?
Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised.
They don't got any bigs on that team. That's the only Clippers downside.
This guy's looking like Toronto Kawhi right now, currently, which is scary, because PG's better right now than anyone that was on that Raptors team. Yep. So, there's just a lot and we still have James Harden, who's accepted a role and is playing it. It's just a lot of talent going on. I cannot believe I'm saying that after the ripping I gave them at the beginning of the year, and we both did. But credit to Ty Lue and everything else, because they're looking hot right now, in my opinion. Second,
completely agree.
Dangerous team in the West.
All right, next question from Forbes. It's kind of interesting. Should there be play-in requirements? He suggested you have to be above 500. Assuming he's referencing the East, since the East playing teams are kind of dog water.
So would the East just not have a plan? We just say I'll drag it next year.
Yeah, because the Hawks are currently 6 games under 500 and are the 10 seed in the East. I don't think you can really implement something like that. It's a good idea on paper. But I think if you're just going to have the play-in and have the top 10 teams in the playoffs, you just got to stick with that no matter what their record is.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
The purpose of the play-in is to get more fan bases involved if your season has not gone well. I mean, to be honest, like that's my take on it. Yeah, like you said, you may as well just extend the playoffs if you're, worried about the format. These guys are destined to get clobbered in the first or second round anyways.
And the play-in's been fun, though.
Agreed.
The play-in has been fun, and I think it's been a good and a smart decision, so let's keep it.
All right, this also an interesting one. So revisit the in-season tourney from this year. Did it show us anything in regards to predicting the playoff teams or the contenders, the actual contenders, or is it just simply too early in the season? It definitely is too early in the season. As you saw, teams ramping up and going that hard that early in the season, they're not used to doing that. What happened? Your two teams that played in the in-season tournament championship quickly fell off right after that. Both of them went on losing skids. That would be the Pacers and the Lakers. Lakers are now the 10 seed in the West. Pacers are the 8 seed in the East. So it definitely didn't really show us anything.
I think get rid of it. I don't think it was a good idea.
What? I thought it was fun.
I like
Come
it.
on.
Way too complicated. It's too complicated.
Oh, it's not that complicated. Come on.
Okay. We'll give you the play-in tournament, which I like. Get rid of the in-play tournament, whatever the heck they call it.
Yeah, I would like a better name though. Someone can sponsor it, and it can be cooler than the NBA in-season tournament.
We should make the NBA season more like soccer. That's what the fan base was looking for.
Yeah, that's true. It has been purchased though. I don't know who bought it.
It has?
Yes, someone purchased the naming rights for it. I can't remember what company did though. Okay,
thank goodness I can call it something better.
We will do these fun questions from one of our NBA guests, Buck Waller, and then we will take a break and do some trivia. But I know Spinny's going to like this first question from Buck. That is, do you believe in the Isaiah Thomas curse, which is as long as he's an active player, the Celtics will not win it all? 100% I believe in this curse. Absolutely. The Celtics aren't winning it this year. Until IT retires, they're cooked.
The Celtics are making it to the finals. I tell you what. I don't know if IT's on a roster either, so we're about to find out. But I don't.
I don't think he's on a roster right now. Is he?
No, he's not.
Oh,
he's still an active player because he hasn't retired.
Oh.
I think it's an asterisk. Yeah. Okay. The curse handbook. Okay. Yeah. Hello. Here's the deal. The Celtics are making the finals this year. I would bet any amount of money they are making the finals. Who's beating them?
Till they meet Cleveland in the playoffs.
Till they meet the
Cleveland?
Heat.
Stop it.
Till they play the Heat in the second round. Good luck.
This team is different. Drew Holiday has added the toughness thing they needed. Been awesome. And Kristaps has been healthy, which we both said if that happens, he was going to be amazing for them, and he has been. And Jaylen Brown can score. Yeah, how's that Jaylen Brown take going there, by the way? Can we revisit that really quick here on his points per game? Can we talk about that?
Was this me?
Do you remember what the number was, Bus? No, this was Bus.
I was going to say.
No, I don't remember what you're talking about.
Oh, okay, Hardies and Hardos. I'm going to remind myself, and we're going to bring it back up when I have the merch.
Drew Holiday was potentially, if the Celtics win the championship this year, possibly the worst fumbling of a roster move I can remember from Milwaukee. That was ridiculous.
But I'd still make that trade today if I'm the Bucks.
Let's pause on the Bucks comments. We have some Bucks questions coming up here after trivia.
All right.
All I got to say before we go to the Bucks' next question, Spinny, your statement of this Celtics team is different. Celtics fans for the last 5 years have said that every single season. That's all.
Okay, but this one actually is.
Nope. No counters.
Actually is, though.
I'm just saying. All
If
right.
only they had like Kyrie Irving or something, they could get over the hump. Oh,
I'd rather have Drew Holiday right now than Kyrie Irving.
I would have told you that when you had Kyrie Irving.
All right.
He's
His
just bitter.
next
You're just
question.
bitter about Kyrie Irving.
He sent this next question before the cat injury, so keep that in mind. But his next question was, will the Timberwolves baby boom affect their late season push to stay number one? All of our players seem to just be having kids left and right. I don't know. I guess it could. I mean, I don't know how much they're going to have to be taking care of the kids while they're in season. I think that's
Wouldn't that have the opposite effect?
job,
Where, yeah.
Just always
Yeah,
coming up with the most interesting questions.
I haven't thought much about player fertility and how their family planning's affecting
it probably does affect gameplay. I don't know.
I would say probably negatively, right? I mean, you'd at least think they're up with the kid, or maybe not.
Or they got somebody to play for now.
Or now they're on the road a lot because they're like not coming home. I don't know.
I like that, Spinny. I like that one.
Yeah.
All right, his last question. Then I will kick your guys' ass.
Profound.
How is DeAndre Jordan still in the league? This is literally his last question.
All he has to do is grab the ball when it comes off the rim.
Yeah, he's there. He's 7 feet tall. He stands under the rim to get rebounds, and he's a bench presence. He's a leader. In terms of skill, obviously, he does not belong in the NBA anymore, but here we are.
Dude, isn't Bismack Biyombo still in the NBA?
Bismack Biyombo is still in the NBA.
Yeah. So, if he can be in the NBA, D. Jordan can be in the NBA. At least DeAndre was an all-star one time.
I'll make a couple million to just rebound. Fine.
Why not? Literally.
What am I going to do? I'm 7 foot. I can't even fit in a car.
Yeah.
What else am I supposed to do?
Might as well rebound a little bit.
Yeah. Doesn't pay well anywhere else.
All right, Spinny. I think it's time.
Time for you to lose? Is that what it's time for?
Okay. I will start us off with my easy question. We all know Joel Embiid won the MVP last year. Who won the MVP 2 years ago?
Got it.
Jokic, yeah.
Ding, ding,
2 in a
ding.
row, if I remember correctly.
Correct. 2 in a row.
Oh, we keeping score? Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm keeping score.
Oh, yeah. There's an all-time score. We've kept score for a long time.
Spinny, ask us your easy question.
Who leads the NBA in points per game?
Luka Doncic. Sorry, was that too soon?
Luka, yeah. No, it's Luka. I think everyone knows that. 34 a game, I think Luka's up to.
It was Joel at 36, I think, before he got hurt.
It was, yeah.
Oh.
Joel was on a ridiculous tear. So that is 2 points. Okay. All right, what's your easy question, Connor?
Who's got the most career three-pointers in Timberwolves history? Oh, you guys know this. Was it? Oh, come on.
No, I should know this. Yeah.
You for sure know this. Oh, wow. I came in with the heat early. You guys know this answer.
Oh, man. There's 2 people that come to mind, but I have no idea.
Most three-pointers made in their career in Timberwolves history. Fire away a guess.
I have a guess. I think it's wrong.
Is it Cat?
It's Cat, right?
It's Cat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A little while I was overthinking
You knew it. I knew you knew it. Wow.
Okay, medium question. Most rebounds in a game this season. Who did it and how many? 1 point for each. You name the player, you get a point. You get the amount of rebounds correctly, you get the other point.
Oh, man.
This is a medium question, not a hard, because it actually just happened within the last week or two.
Okay, the number 22 is in my head.
I'm going to say 28, and I'm going to say Sabonis.
I'll say Bam 22.
You guys are both incorrect with all of your guesses.
Oh, wow.
Couple
19
days ago,
Moody.
Jusuf Nurkic put up 31 boards.
Wow, I didn't even hear about that. Holy smokes.
31 boards in a loss.
Wow.
Yeah, that literally happened
A lot of boards.
That literally happened like 4 days ago, I think.
Somehow I missed that. Holy
That's
smokes.
tough.
That's a lot of boards.
That was a good question, boss.
That's ridiculous. 31 boards, yeah.
All right, second in the league in blocks per game.
Wemby.
Blocks per game. That's got to be Nick Claxton.
The answer is Walker Kessler.
That was my second guess.
Walker Kessler. Wemby is first in the league.
Yeah, okay.
Wemby is leading the league.
Yeah.
Wemby is at 3.4 blocks a game currently. Second, Kessler is 2.7.
Wow.
Rudy.
Who's leading the league and hitting your head on the rim?
Ant.
Anyways.
Definitely Ant.
It just happened. It just happened. Okay.
Right,
I'm doing a non-basketball one. There have been 3 instances in the last 60 years of a PGA Tour professional winning 5 or more starts in a row. Who did it? 5 or more PGA Tour events in a row.
Starts?
3 times. Name the 3 people. They won 3 events in a row. 3. Yeah. It's happened 3 times in the last 60 years. Who are they?
Okay, I got 2 guesses for sure. And I don't think this person is. This is hard, so it's got to be random people.
3 instances of a player winning 5 or more PGA Tour starts in a row in the last 60 years.
I got my 3 guesses.
I really will put one off the wall for you guys.
Jack Nicholson, Tiger Woods, and I don't know. It's the other one's got to be so random. Let's just say Dustin Johnson. I don't know if he even has
Jack Nicklaus, I think.
Nicholson.
I said Nicholson.
Jack Nicklaus.
He's a huge Lakers fan.
Jack Nicklaus, Arnold Palmer, and I agree. Somebody's got to be random, so we're going to say Rory.
Oh, I like the Rory.
Tiger Woods? Tiger Woods and Tiger Woods. All 3 of them. He's won 7 in a row, 6 in a row, and 5 in a row. They're all
that was a trick question?
So he did it 3 times and no other golfer's done it?
No one else is in the last 60 years. He's won 7 in a row, 6 in a row, and 5 in a row.
That's actually insane.
Okay, so anyway, your guys' turn. That was kind of mean too. Wow, I came in hot here. I didn't.
That was such a good question. I don't even care.
I knew there was some crazy Tiger stuff, and I'm just like, all right, Tiger stats. I thought maybe it was so not obvious. It was obvious, but I guess I was wrong.
At least I threw out Tiger.
You did, so you kind of were right-ish.
All right. My hard question. I know Spinny's just going to absolutely love this one.
Oh, no.
You know why, Spinny? We're playing a game of Who Am I? Spinny's favorite trivia questions. Okay, I am 3rd in the NBA. These are also insanely random stats, so just listen carefully. I am 3rd in the NBA in offensive rebounds. I am 5th in efficiency. But I am 8th in turnovers. Who am I?
Okay, sorry. Can you give me that one more time, please?
3rd in O boards.
3rd in O boards. Got
5th
it.
in efficiency and
5th in efficiency.
8th in turnovers. Meaning he has the ball in his hands a lot. He gets on the glass a lot. Who is it?
Okay, I retract my first guess. I have my official guess.
We're gonna do the old two in a row ski, and we're gonna go with my guy Domantas Sabonis.
And I thought Luca.
It is Sabonis.
Nice.
Let's go,
Nice
boys!
guess.
Yes!
Nice
Suck
guess.
your who am I question. Get out of here with that. Let's go. Take that. Run with it, boy.
Spinny did a quick Google search, third in offensive rebounds in NBA.
Yeah.
Good job.
I
thought
feel
it was
Luka could
very
have been a
gettable
sleeper.
because it's a big man, obviously, who has the ball in his hands a lot, shoots efficiently. Like, only a certain amount of guys that will come to mind with that one. All right, Spinny, what's your hard question? Spinny leads
Hard
5
question.
points to 2 right now.
Who is the top ranked female tennis player right now?
I plead the fifth.
It's got to be some foreigner. I'm just going to say the only person I can think of right now, I don't think she's all the way up to number 1. Coco Gauff. That's my answer.
Tiger Woods.
All right, neither of us are correct, I believe.
This was a thing on TikTok, low key, so I thought you guys might have seen this. Her name is Iga Swiatek. She beat.
Okay, spell it or we get the points.
SWIA.
You can't even pronounce her name, and he's like, oh.
Yeah, exactly. It's a hard question. Come on.
You're right.
She was 6-0ing people, and they started doing Iga's Bakery on TikTok because it's 12-0. Anyways, it was kind of a thing for a while, so that's where I got it from.
Fair enough.
All right. Okay, now I'm worried this isn't hard enough, but we'll give it a try. Who was the first player born in the 1990s to be drafted to the NBA?
Ooh, I like this question.
Oh.
Born in the 1990s. First player born in the 90s to get drafted into the NBA.
This is a great ass question.
This is a great question. Wow. I can't even think of one player from that draft.
So born in the 1990s.
I have a guess. I don't think it is.
Okay, so I think we're thinking like 2007 to 2009. So I don't know if this is too early, but I don't think it is. So we're going to say Dwight Howard.
Okay.
Oh, God, that is a great guess. I was going a different big man. I think it's too early, though. I was going to say Greg Oden.
Ricky Rubio.
Oh!
First player born in the 90s.
2009 draft, okay.
2009.
Steph's not born in the 90s?
Pick in the history of the draft picks.
No, what about Steph
Steph's
Curry?
not born in the 90s?
Apparently not.
Steph went to college multiple years. Ricky was drafted in 2009 when he was only like 17, 18 years old. So, that does actually make sense.
And I was surprised by this. He's born on like October 21st. I thought his birthday must have been like January something. October 21st. So, he just got drafted really young, I guess.
Yeah, because
Steph was born in 88.
Yep.
Yeah, wow, I was way too early with Greg Oden than if Steph Curry was born in 88.
I thought you were thinking I asked who was drafted first in the 90s, and you were going to come up with like Elijah Wan or something.
Yeah. All right, Spinny, I guess you get the dub. 5 points to 2-2.
Those are good questions, though. I love that trivia.
Yeah, Connor needs to come on more because his questions were actually really good.
Plus, I got a who am I question. Let's go.
Spinny never gets
Hopefully, Bus will take those things away. Take them away. Goodbye. See ya.
Oh, God, that's hilarious. All right, let's dive back into the mailbag. We'll start 3 questions in a row from some of my guys. Again, always chiming in. Shout out to them. Justin Schrupp. First one, healthy Suns team. Are they a top 2 team in the West, if not the best? No, they are not. A healthy Clippers team is better. A healthy Nuggets team is better. A healthy Wolves team is better. That's already 3 teams I've named right there.
Stop with the Wolves segment of that.
Wolves are better
I think
team
the
than the
Suns are
Suns.
3. The Suns are 3 healthy.
So
3.
your answer is still no.
Yeah, it is.
The answer is no. The answer is no.
Yes. The answer is no. They're for sure not even touching the Nuggets. No shot in hell.
No.
And then you can throw Clippers, Suns, whoever else you want in there.
I think you could put Golden State fully healthy all season. I think they could be top 3.
Shut the fuck up.
No, I'm serious.
Stop it.
One could make an
Frickin'
argument.
Stop.
Chris Paul's healthy, Clay's healthy, and Andrew Wiggins doesn't suck. Come on.
And Draymond doesn't get suspended for 2
Doesn't
games?
suck. You said doesn't suck, not healthy. Doesn't suck.
Thought I'd sneak
It's
that in
different
there.
than not healthy.
Okay. Now Jax Madsen says, this is one for you, Spinny. Not specifically for you, but you will like this question. With how dominant they've been, plus how weak the East is there any chance the Celtics don't make the finals? It's a very slim chance. They're obviously the favorite. I would say literally the only team I have any amount of faith in beating them is the team that beat them last year, and that's the Heat.
The Heat always have a little bit of a chance, and the Bucks have a chance. Let's be real here for a minute.
I don't think they do. I really don't.
Come on. Giannis and Dame in the playoffs, I just have faith that they could figure it out.
Yeah.
You think Drew's locking up Dame in a playoff series or what? Or why do you not have faith in Dame all of a sudden?
Well, he's never done anything in the playoffs, to be fair.
Oh, what do you mean? He'd been to the Western Conference Finals, and the second best player was CJ McCollum.
They can't guard to save their lives. How are they going to stop Celtics? I just don't envision it.
What I will
He
say
can
about
actually
the Bucks,
play defense.
Giannis walks on the floor and he's the best player in the building, and I think that's a bit of an X factor. But I think the Celtics are just too much for anybody in the East.
Yeah.
Does the Bucks have 2 of the top 3 players on the court in the series? It's hard for me to say they don't have any chance.
Yeah, but they don't have the next 6.
True, the next 4 are Celtics. You're right, but they have 2 of the best 3, which in the NBA matters.
It does. That's a fair point. Just like Connor, they are coached by Doc Rivers, the notorious choker of the NBA. So, also
true. Celtics legitimately like an 85% chance to make the finals, I think.
Yes, let's be real. Yeah. All right, Drew Sagadol, my last player to give us a question here. What team do you think will drop off down the stretch of the season? Man, do you guys have an answer right away?
I mean,
a lot of mine are just tied to injuries, which I feel like is a cop out answer. I'm trying to think of one that would just start losing games. What do you got, Connor?
Orlando will not make the. They'll probably make the play-in the East. I don't think they stay up in the playoff teams. Orlando drops off. New Orleans does not make the playoff or the play-off. Yeah, they make the play-in. I think they get overtaken, and I think Phoenix might end up in the play-in as well, not stay in the playoff.
Well, the team I'm most thinking of can't even drop off anymore, really, because they're the 9 seed. But the Warriors, especially without Steph for the next probably 2 weeks, are going to drop off. But I don't know how much you can drop off from 9, I suppose. And Atlanta. I think Brooklyn does something wild, catches that 3-game difference, and makes it in, and Atlanta out.
Wow.
My boy, Mikal Bridges, gets her done.
I could see see a lot of mine are just tied to injuries. So I could see the Knicks continuing to skid. I mean, they have all their best players are hurt now. OG, Brunson, and Randall. Like, can't expect them to win games like that. Sixers have been sliding for how long with Embiid out? Like, a lot of them are pretty obvious when you just think about the rosters. Warriors, of course, you had to throw that dig in there, Spinny. Little rat. All right, next question. Dan Tim, are the Lakers a legit title contender? And his second question is, what's going on with the Bucks? Let's start with the Lakers. My quick answer is no. They are not. LeBron's too old. Yeah, sure, they made the Western Conference Finals last year. I don't know if they're going to be able to make that long of a run coming out of the play-in again. That's very suspect to me. I do not view them as a legit title contender.
Second, not even close.
I want to be different here because, the Anthony Davis factor is always a thing, but I'm going to say no as well because they are probably not a legitimate championship contender right now.
And the AD factor is only a factor for half the games. So
that, and I kind of feel like that's coming to an end. Like I think he's almost missed his window to like take the team over from Bron. Like he's not a guy that's going to get you 50 and 20 anymore. I mean, maybe once. I don't know. I feel like his window's closing to actually be the guy that can run the ship in LA. Feels like he's going to be washed before LeBron is.
Does kind of seem like that.
Yeah.
How about the Bucks? What's going on with the Bucks? Is it just defense? Is it bad coach? Like, what is it? Just figuring it out. That's all it is. Maybe they'll be a lot better next year.
I think the year one figuring out is something. We've seen it with a lot of these type of things. Most notably LeBron in Miami and other things where teams have been good, but not necessarily as good as their talent initially.
Like Phoenix?
I also yes, but Phoenix is in year 2 now, so you are correct. But Dame, the offense hasn't looked great either. Like they've got it done because there's so much individual offensive talent, but it hasn't looked as free flowing or as whatever as you would have liked it or expected it by this point in the season. Obviously, when you fire your coach mid-season, it's hard to like maintain that continuity and blah 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 blah. But then on the defensive end, they don't have a guard that can guard anybody. Like they literally don't. It's just tough. I thought Lopez and Giannis would be enough to make up for the defensive difference, but it just hasn't yet, and no one's really stepped up on that offensive end. Or defensive end, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you think there's a slight chance they can beat the Celtics. There's just no way.
Playoffs
There's just too much star power.
Yeah.
4-0 sweep. Sweep.
4-0? Come on. We're also talking about Joe Maz, what has he proved us in the playoffs? Like, I mean, he did okay, but it's not, and he's gotten better, but it's not like I'm expecting Eric Spoelstra out of him either.
Celtics 4-0 and everybody in the East would be wild.
That would be wild.
That'd be wild.
Aaron Boisman, next question. He asks, what duo would you rather have going into the playoffs, Dame and Giannis or Murray and Jokic? Easy question for me. It is definitely Murray and Jokic, the defending champions, obviously.
Murray and Jokic, even if Murray's hurt.
It's Dame and Giannis.
No way.
Classic spinny answer.
Dame and Giannis.
No way.
No shot.
No way.
No shot.
What do you want for winning in the playoffs, or do you want for production between the two players?
Either.
Winning. That's what the playoffs are.
Oh, well then I'm going to take.
Wait. What was the other answer? Winning or production? They're each going to average 10 and still win somehow.
I think points, rebounds, assists, the two together will average more. I think Dame and Giannis will average more than Jokic and Murray.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I think so.
Either. They had games. They had games in the NBA Finals last year where they both had triple doubles. Murray and Jokic.
Well, when Dame was in the NBA Finals, he did pretty well too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. When Dame was in the NBA Finals, yeah, nice, love it. Yeah, it's probably Murray and Jokic.
we walked him in. Yeah. We walked him back.
Thank you. All right. George Sletta, he wants to know our favorite breakout player from the season. He mentioned that Kobe White was his. And then also on the flip side of things, who'd you think would break out but didn't? I'll actually answer that second one first just because I have a name that immediately popped in my head. That's Mikal Bridges. Sure, he's averaging 21, 6, and 4, whatever he's averaging. Those are solid numbers. But considering what he was doing on the Nets when he got traded there last year, I mean, the dude was popping off for like 30 every game. People were starting to like legitimately question with that scoring upside plus all of his defensive abilities and the fact that he plays every single game, if this man would be a top 20 player in the league. Like, there's people actually debating this. And there's times this year on the Nets where he's the second or third option in games. Cam Thomas is more of a scoring threat. Like, I just don't know. I expected more of a jump from him this year, and kind of stayed the same, I feel like. His usage percentage is the only thing that went up. You know what I mean? So obviously his counting stats would go up with that.
I'm gonna go a little different route on my breakout. We're gonna go with the Rockets front court. I think there's three players that apply here: Sengun, Jabari Smith, and Cam Whitmore. I think all three of those players have outdone what we expected them to do this year, given how last year went, or in Whitmore's case as a rookie. I think they've all taken big steps up there, and yeah, so we're gonna go with the Rockets front court for my breakouts.
Yeah, I don't know if you can quite consider it a breakout. I mean, 3 points per game significant. Jalen Brunson, I think, is the guy that surprised me the most. And he wasn't like a 0 to 15 guy, most improved player, but I think he went from 24 to 27, and I think he's clearly one of the better scorers in the league. And I was a little surprised by that, and honestly, for a lot of reasons, but he's probably the guy that surprised me the most on the upside. I have a couple of guys, similar guys, not the guys that are like, oh, this person should have been the one, and they were, the four, but guys that just haven't quite got it done. Trae Young, pretty good numbers, but I just can't believe that he can't get Atlanta to win. I want to say they were in the Eastern Conference Finals 3 years ago, something like that, and just really disappointing. And it just kind of feels like, he puts up decent numbers, but I mean, good numbers. 5 years ago, we would have been saying, holy crap. But so he's been disappointing. I'm actually surprised Jaylen Brown's only averaging 22.5 points per game. I think that's a little disappointing. I think it's a product of, the the team being really well-rounded, but little surprising to me too, a guy that I think certainly could be a 30-point per game scorer, given the usage. So I don't know. Nobody that's like meteoric, I don't think, either direction, but those are some of the guys that stuck out to me as the season developed.
22.9 looking guy saying 22. Got
of
it.
Course.
Got it. Got it.
Throw that out there. 23. It's 23 actually.
It is 23. And usage rate way down given Holiday and Porzingis. My disappointment is Benedict Mathurin. I was expecting second best player on that team. Low key, 16 to 18 a game, good level shooting guard, and we just haven't seen that. He's at 14. All his shooting splits have been down. His assist rates are down, and his defense has been down. 0.6 steals only for him per game this year. A guy that we thought was going to be a good two-way player. So a little disappointed in him for the Pacers.
Talking about two-way players, another disappointment of mine is Evan Mobley. This dude hasn't, for sure, statistically improved at all in his 3 seasons. Like, he's averaging the same numbers as he did as a rookie. I thought this dude would be the next dominant big man in the league. He has not been able to find that scoring ability yet. So obviously he's still only 22. Could happen still, but I expected bigger things from him. I mean, he's still not even averaging 20 a game yet. Like, I for sure thought that would have happened by now.
I got one more for you, and this is a hot take. Wemby. Disappointing for all the hype you had.
What?
Stop it.
20 and 10.
He's leading the league in blocks.
Yeah, 20 and 10, and his defense has been great. When you're 11 foot tall, that's good. Not as efficient as I was expecting, especially for a European player. Like they tend to be. I think about Luka, who just ridiculous. And again, 20 and 10 in a rookie year, going to win Defensive Player of the Year potentially, and certainly Rookie of the Year, like all that stuff, awesome. But I don't know. I think he didn't quite have Zion level hype, but he wasn't that far off in terms of being a first pick. And I don't know. I think
he's been way better than Zion, though. What do you mean, Zion hype?
I don't know. I'm looking for a hot take. That's one of them.
That was that was on the surface of the sun, bro. Man shooting almost 47% from the field
as
still
a
on the season.
7.5 footer, you got to shoot better than that.
Dude, he's the only player on that team. He's getting triple teamed and given every defense. And come on,
Most
he's a rookie,
anticipated, most anticipated point.
Not
20 and
having any of
10,
this.
and
Most
leading the league in
anticipated,
blocks.
most
20 and 10,
anticipated first
leading the
overall
league in
pick since
blocks. Get
LeBron.
out of here with that.
What did LeBron average his first year?
Not, no, I'm not. Whoa,
More than that.
we're looking it up.
Yeah, I don't actually know, but I imagine it was better than that.
Yeah, I don't think it was. I don't think it was. Honest with you. Let's see. 20.9, 5.9 rebounds, 5.5 assists, shooting 41% from the field and 29% from three. All worse.
Okay, fair enough.
Wow. Yeah. So I'll take that 75% from the free throw line. Yeah, Wemby's 81. Get out of here.
You're
Sit
right.
down.
LeBron's
Wemby's
a
been a
bum. This is
god.
really where I was going with
Oh,
this. LeBron's a bum.
God. Oh, okay. I guess I didn't answer the other part. He's not my necessarily favorite player, but a guy that definitely took a jump this year, Scotty Barnes. He actually lived
yeah.
up to the hype while Evan Mobley hasn't. He obviously is putting up great numbers this year, being the one on the Raptors, made his first All-Star game. So shout out to Scotty Barnes for taking his jump. All right, these last two questions we have, fellas, are tied together. Chase, Richter wants us to pick the winner of each of the major NBA awards. And my buddy Wade wanted us to chime in on our thoughts about the DPOY chase. If the best defender on the best defense should automatically get it, aka Rudy, or if the guy on the bad team with an unreal individual effort, aka Wemby, should get it. Okay, so we will talk a little more about DPOY when we get there. Let's just start up top. MVP, your top three odds, minus 170 Jokic. FanDuel odds this is plus 250 Shai Gilgeous and Luka Doncic plus 700. Jokic gets his third MVP. That was my preseason take. I'm sticking with it.
I agree with you. I think if Dallas was 2 or 3 spots up farther in the standings, I give it to Luka. But yeah, yes. I think you got to give it to Jokic.
The number one seeded Minnesota Timberwolves are going to finish the season there, and Anthony Edwards is going to win MVP. Charles Barkley, thank you for the take last night.
Wow, I thought Jason Tatum was coming down the pipe. I'm pretty impressed by your restraint.
Nope, no JT. I understand that.
Wow.
That'd be a split decision, but that'd be sweet.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I was just more speaking it into existence. I also think Tatum should be in consideration for MVP, but obviously that's just not going to happen. So,
but when his second best player is not even averaging 23 points a game, I agree.
Oh, yeah. This man knows how to get my blood pressure. He just loves it. He just loves
that
doing
since the second grade.
Literally, this man's been getting my blood pressure since I've been 7 years old. Oh, my gosh.
All right, Rookie of the Year, Wemby, minus 3,500, Chet, plus 2,200. And they even list Brandon Miller on here. I don't know why, plus 50,000. This is Wemby. Wemby, 100%.
Even though he was disappointing.
All right, here we go. DPOY. We got to talk about it. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that this award should, in theory, go to the best defender on the best defense? Or you think more about the individual defensive effort? Like a guy like Wemby, obviously.
I think it's both. I think both of those things should go into it, and the more you can do at both of them should be equal parts to who wins DPOI. When it's so split like this, I think it's just picking which one you think has done better in their worst category. Because obviously Wemby's individual effort has been better, and Rudy's 3.5 points a game better than any other defense, and he's definitely been the most impactful player. And we've seen how he changed from year one to now in a Wolves uniform, how much better he's gotten and how much more it's worked. So I think you have to weigh, has Rudy's individual defensive effort been better, or has Wemby's effect on his team been better? And I think it's Rudy's individual defensive effort is a little bit closer to Wemby's, and Wemby's is to Rudy's on the other side. So that's why I'm going Rudy, but I understand cases both ways, honestly.
Yeah, I agree with both those things. I actually generally think that the defensive player of the year should be the best defender, but I think how that is measured can be subjective. It isn't just about blocks and steals. I mean, I do think that the how you direct the team and things like that matters too. So that analysis, Spinny, I think is spot on. That's exactly how I think about it too.
Yeah, I agree there. I got to take Rudy. The advanced metrics a little better for him. Plus, I don't know if this is how voters think, but do you guys think there's a chance that guys are like, okay, well, Wemby's just a rookie. Like, we're going to give this dude like 5 DPOYs throughout his career. Let's not give him one now when he's a rookie. I think there might be a little of that going on. I mean, we have some pretty dumb voters out there. Let's be real.
Could be, but we're going to give Rudy, would this be 5 for Rudy? Is this 5 DPOYs for Rudy Gobert?
That's the flip side of it, right? Like, voter fatigue is against Rudy, so
5 DPOYs would be insane, by the way. Absolutely insane.
First ballot Hall of Famer, for sure.
Yes, with 5 DPOYs. Also, advanced metrics, that was one thing I didn't talk about. That's obviously something that a lot of people care about currently and has helped Rudy a lot throughout his career in DPOY winning. So that's definitely a factor as well.
Most improved player. Tyrese Maxey minus 340, Kobe White plus 470, Jalen Williams plus 1,400, Sengun is also plus 1,400. I'm going to pick the favorite again here. I'm going to go Maxey. He's been excellent from start to finish. Was an all-star this year. I'd be shocked, honestly, if he wasn't most improved. Those other guys are obviously deserving too. I'm just saying. I think it's been Maxey's award to lose from the get-go.
I think especially with the number one player on the team going down, late and him kind of assuming that role, I think that means something too.
I'm a little surprised Scotty Barnes isn't higher on this list on the low.
Scotty Barnes not even in the top 5.
Which to me is a little wild. But I'm going to it's Maxey. I want it to be Kobe White, though. I hope he can ball out here and give himself a real shot because that's been a cool story. Like, there's not very often that you see, like, guys 5, 6 years in the league just randomly be like, oh, I can be really good now. Cool. Like, so whenever you get that, it's always fun. Those are guys you root for.
Yeah, definitely. Clutch player of the year. I'm still trying to figure out how the hell to decide this. I feel like it's just basically clutch points. Is like
pretty much.
You lead the NBA in clutch points, you're probably winning this award. I believe that's how it is, which means Steph Curry is your favorite, minus 240. DeMar DeRozan, DeMar DeRozan plus 500. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander plus 800. Another one where I'm going with the favorite. Curry has the most clutch time points this year. He's going to win this award.
This award also means nothing. So.
Right, correct.
Yeah, we'll give it to Steph.
Oh my!
Well, especially, I would say maybe it could mean a little more if like there was some more subjective reasoning to it, not just this guy has the most clutch time points, he's winning it, because that's at least how it was last year.
He's got like a Tiger Woods level lead on the next best guy. I don't remember the stats on it, but it's something like he's made, I don't know, like 100 more points than the next guy or something. I mean, he's definitely the guy in that category, but I just don't think the award means much.
Yeah, no, I agree. Sixth man of the year, Link Monk minus 340, Bobby Portis plus 900, Norman Powell plus 1,000. That kind of surprised me. I feel like Powell should definitely be above Portis. I'm taking another cop-out answer. I feel this is just a cop-out segment for Fetty. I'm taking the favorite again, Malik Monk. There was talks about him being the front runner for this award way back when the season started because he was balling out this whole time. I think it's Malik Monk. He's been killing it.
I'm going to go with Naz Reid. I don't think I put money on it.
Let's go.
Yeah. I'm hoping for it. I don't know if there's a lot of chance of that, but, why not? Why isn't the sixth man on the best team? I don't know.
I'm going to go with Wolves killer himself, Norman Powell. I think the Clippers could. He always balls against us. He balled against us with Toronto. Literally always for Norman Powell. But I think especially if the Clippers make a run here and end up at the top couple seeds of the West, it could be possible for him to get up there and win it.
Did you guys see like a week ago when the Kings played the Lakers and Malik Monk? There was like 2 or 3 minutes left in the third quarter, and he only had 4 points, and he finished with like 40.
What?
I've liked him for a while. He
had 4 points
nice.
with like 3 minutes left in the third, and he finished with anywhere from 35 to 40. I can't remember the exact total, but he like popped off for like 30 something in basically a quarter.
Malik Monk's been another Kobe White type cool story where you thought he was literally going to be out of the league level bust, and now he's like a pretty good six man.
Yeah.
Right. Last award here, classic. But actually, no, I'm finally not going to pick a favorite. Looking at the odds here, Mark Dagenal, minus 180. Chris Finch, plus 370. Joe Mazzulla, plus 370. Obviously, I'm giving it to Finchy Boy. Let's go.
This one's hard for me. I think that Finch, I think the argument is there for Finch for sure. I think there's a little more. I like Mark, to be honest, mostly because I feel like a really young team that had no business really being as good as they are. But I think it's pretty close to being able to say that for the Wolves. They do have some more vets, and obviously with what's going to be the defensive player of the year, it's not quite apples to apples. So I'd be super happy to see Finch win it, but I actually think Mark's my guy still, even though that's not much of a take, I guess.
Best team, best record. Joe Maz, Coach of the Year.
I was just gonna say, like, I feel like he should get more coverage when it comes to this award. I feel like no one's really even considering.
Who coached the Western All-Stars this year? They should win Coach of the Year, I think.
That's what I'm saying. Finchy Boy, get his ass the award. Come on.
Who's coaching the Olympic team? They should win Coach of the Year.
Oh,
nice.
Come on.
Nice.
Oh,
nice. You can't win Coach of the Year. It's a 9 seed stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Although putting Clay on the bench gets you some recognition.
True. All right, boss. What's going on then?
Connor, that was it, man. That's all we got for you. We appreciate you coming on. That was a lot of fun. We had to roast Spinny's takes. I'm glad you came in here with that headline. That set the bar right away.
Cap. Just constant cap.
The best takes, the best balloons. Got it all here on Spinny's channel.
Hey, you just remember the take of who was the best team in the playoffs in 2022, and we'll sign off with that one because that got some flack, and I'm just saying that worked out.
We might have deleted that episode. I can't find it anymore. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I was telling everybody who would listen that I've got tape somewhere.
Yeah, that was tough.
Thanks for having me, boys.
Yep.
Thanks for being on.
All right, we'll catch you.
Peace.
All right, Spinny. Episode 93, the John Randall episode. The Kevin Williams episode. That's complete. Mailbag. That's probably the last time we do it. We might do a playoff edition mailbag segment, but other than that, that's 3 different mailbags we've done throughout the NBA season. Always a blast to do that. Had different guests on here. Makes it more fun. Spinny, I guess my only quote-unquote announcement would be look out for these upcoming weeks. A lot of different types of content. I know we've been stuck in the NBA and NFL grind for how long, obviously. March Madness right around the corner. We'll have a March Madness episode dropping once the brackets are revealed. And the MLB season, March 28th is opening day. So we'll also have our MLB preview with guests, obviously, coming out towards the end of this month. So be on the lookout for that as we continue through March. Isn't it wild that we're almost halfway through March already? I feel like this is crazy.
I know. Shout out to UW River Falls for putting your spring break on the first week of March Madness. So I get round of 64 at home on my couch on Thursday and Friday. Big love to y'all for that.
That is big time. All right, Spinny. Let's get the hell out of here, man. 2 episodes this week. Love y'all.
Hug your friends and family, and thanks for listening.